Come closer, my dear. Sit here with me for just a moment. If you have spent your entire life pouring your heart, your energy, and your youth into your children, only to feel invisible now that your hair has turned silver and your steps have grown slower, I want you to listen to me very carefully. You are not alone, and your life is not over. Today, I am going to tell you exactly what you must do when the ones you raised forget your worth. It is not about anger, and it is not about begging. It is about quiet strength. Let me look at you. I can see the tiredness in your eyes. I know the silent ache that comes when the phone simply does not ring, or when the visits grow shorter, colder, and filled with a strange, heavy distance. We mothers, we fathers, we give absolutely everything, do we not? We trade our own youth, our precious sleep, and sometimes our very dreams to build a sturdy foundation for our children. We hold their little hands, we wipe their tears, we tell them they are the most important things in the universe. But sometimes, when we reach the autumn of our lives, the very hands we held so tightly to help them walk pull away from us. It is a heartbreak unlike any other. It is a grief that is rarely spoken about because it carries a heavy, unjust shame. You sit in your quiet house and you wonder, where did I go wrong? Did I not love them enough? Did I love them too much? You try to fix it. You plead, you offer more help, you give more money. You try to fit into the tiny spaces they leave for you in their busy lives. But my sweet friend, begging for respect from grown children will only break your spirit further. In my 80-plus years on this earth, I have seen this sorrow so many times. I have lived through the stinging pain of feeling discarded. And through all those long nights and lonely afternoons, I have learned a secret that brings profound peace. You must stop waiting for them to validate you. You must stop waiting for them to realize what they have before it is gone. It is time to reclaim your quiet dignity. It is time to remember who you were before you were only their parent. Let me tell you a story about a dear friend of mine from many years ago. Let us call her Martha. Martha was a devoted, fierce mother of 3. When her husband passed away quite suddenly, she was left to raise them alone. She dedicated every waking hour to her children. She worked 2 jobs, saved every penny she found, paid for their weddings, helped raise the grandbabies, and always put herself last. Her plate was always the smallest, her clothes always the oldest. But as Martha crossed into her late 60s, a cold wind blew into her family. Her children became too busy. When she called just to hear their voices, they rushed her off the phone, sighing heavily. When she offered her hard-earned advice, they rolled their eyes, laughed at her, and called her old-fashioned and out of touch. One Thanksgiving, Martha spent 3 entire days cooking. She made all their favorite childhood dishes. She polished the old silverware. She waited by the window like a hopeful child. Her children arrived 2 hours late, barely apologized, spent the entire dinner looking down at their glowing telephones, and left before the pumpkin pie was even cut. Martha sat alone in her quiet dining room, surrounded by dirty dishes and cold food, and she wept bitterly. She felt completely discarded, like an old sweater no longer needed. The very next morning, she called me, her voice trembling, asking what she should do, what she should buy them, how she could win their love back. I told her something that shocked her to her core. I said, "Martha, do absolutely nothing. Stop calling them. Stop cooking massive meals they do not appreciate. Stop offering yourself on a silver platter to guests who are simply not hungry." Martha was terrified. She cried and said that if she stepped back, she would lose them forever. But she was too exhausted to keep fighting, so she listened to me. She started going to a local botanical garden instead of sitting by the silent telephone. She picked up watercolor painting, something she had abandoned 40 years ago. She began taking herself out for afternoon tea, enjoying the sunlight on her face. A quiet, profound shift happened within her. Martha stopped reacting. When her children were dismissive, she did not argue or cry. She calmly smiled, excused herself, and went back to her beautiful, peaceful life. She built a world that did not revolve entirely around their approval. And do you know what happened over the next year? Her silent strength became a mirror. Her children noticed the shift. They realized she was no longer their emotional safety net, willing to be taken for granted. They saw a woman of dignity, a woman with her own rich life. Slowly, tentatively, they started reaching out. But this time, they came with the respect she had always deserved, because she had finally demanded it, not with her words, but with her peaceful absence. My dear, the lesson in Martha's story is deep and vital for your own heart. When your grown children disrespect you or ignore you, your first instinct as a loving parent is to chase them, to argue, to explain your endless sacrifices, or to shower them with guilt. You must not do this. Silence and calmness are your greatest, most dignified weapons. First, you must accept that they are adults now. Their behavior, their rudeness, or their neglect is a reflection of their own character and the modern world's lack of reverence, not a reflection of your parenting. You have done your job. The nest is empty, and your shift as their constant caretaker is over. Second, you must never tolerate disrespect out of a desperate fear of loneliness. If they speak poorly to you or treat your home like a hotel, you must calmly look them in the eye and say, "I love you deeply, but I will not be spoken to that way." And then you must walk away. Do not raise your voice. Your boundaries show them your unshakable self-worth. Third, and most importantly, redirect all that massive, beautiful love you have been pouring into them right back into your own soul. You are in the golden years of your miraculous life. This precious time is for you. Read those thick books you never had time for when the house was loud. Plant a garden and watch new life bloom from the soil. Drink your morning tea very slowly, listening to the birds. Do not let their absence define your joy. By staying perfectly calm and emotionally detaching yourself from their disrespect, you preserve your inner peace. You take back your power. You teach them how to treat you by showing them how beautifully you treat yourself. I know it hurts. Oh, I know the ache in your chest. I am not sitting here telling you this is an easy path. We carry our children in our hearts long, long after we stop carrying them in our tired arms. But letting go of the desperate need for their constant attention is the most beautiful, liberating gift you can give yourself in your later years. Sometimes they need to truly feel the cold space you leave behind to understand the warmth of your value. And sometimes, sadly, they may never fully understand. But listen to me. Your worth does not decrease one single bit just because they fail to see it. Look down at your hands right now. Look at the lines on your skin. Every single mark, every wrinkle is a testament to your endurance, your boundless love, your survival through storms they know nothing about. You are a masterpiece of a life well lived. You do not need anyone, not even your own flesh and blood, to validate your existence. Your peace is your sanctuary. Do not let anyone drag you into a storm when you have spent a lifetime building a safe harbor. So, my sweet child, please dry your tears. Breathe in the fresh air. The next time they ignore you, the next time the text message goes unanswered, do not panic. Do not beg for a crumb of their time. Smile, knowing in your heart that you did your absolute best. And go do something that makes your own soul happy. Build your own fortress of peace. You are so incredibly precious. Your wisdom is a treasure, and it is high time you treated yourself with the gentleness and respect you have been giving away to everyone else. If these old words brought some comfort to your heavy heart today, please leave a little note in the comments below. Say, "I am choosing my peace." Let me know I am not just speaking into the void. Share this video with another gentle soul, perhaps a friend who is crying in secret over the same pain. And please do not forget to subscribe to the channel so we can sit together again for more stories and warm tea. Remember, I love you, I see your worth, and I am so very proud of you.